Hi, Russell Davis here from MBA Link. As the former Associate Director of Admissions at Duke University's Fuqua School of Business, I have seen thousands of MBA applications. I've seen some great ones, and I've seen some not so great ones. The not so great ones, many times the applicant had a strong profile, they just couldn't make a strong enough case for the admissions committee. In this series of blogs, I will be sharing some tips and advice on the MBA application process and giving you insight into how to put together a strong and compelling MBA application. Today's topic is going to be talking about career goals. A big part of your process when looking at MBA application and thinking about business school is to ask a lot of questions. Certainly you start by asking yourself questions. Why do you want the MBA? Why now? But ultimately, schools are going to want to know, what are your career goals? And career goals you have to put a lot of thought into. Some people, some MBA applicants, they know exactly what they want to do. They know where their careers come from and they know where they want to go. They're passionate about finance and they want to continue in finance. Some not quite as sure about what they want to do. But unfortunately, the admissions committee wants you to have some pretty concrete career goals. It demonstrates to the admissions committee that you've done your self-reflection, you know where you've come from, you know what your strengths are, you know what your background is, and you know what your goals are. So I encourage MBA applicants who are not certain about their goals to think about the career goals as an exercise. More than anything, rule number one, you want your career goals to make sense to the admissions committee. Based on where you've come from, what your background is, are your career goals achievable? And can the school, through its curriculum, through its opportunities, help you achieve your goals? Your career goals should leverage your strengths and your experience. Typically, there are three things that we look at when we look at students making transitions: function, industry, and geography. The more of those three things that you're changing, the more potentially challenging it's going to be for you to make that transition. So as you are trying to figure out career goals that make sense, my advice to you is be talking to people who are doing the jobs that you think you might be interested in. What they're going to do is, one, let you know based on your background, is it achievable for you to make that transition? Do you have the right background, or is it going to be very challenging? They can advise you on whether or not it's even doable, and then if it is doable, they're going to give you insight into what are those skills, what are those abilities that you are going to need to develop to be successful in that career. And by understanding what are those areas for your growth, both hard skills, soft skills, you will be able to focus your questions now on the schools and how they can help you. When I talk about an exercise, your point A is where you've come from, point B is what your career goals are, and now because you know what those gaps are, those areas of growth that you need to fill, that is where you bring in the why the school. Admissions committees want to see very clearly why their school is the right school for you, and more specifically, how that school can help you. And they're going to want you to go into detail. Be specific about the programs, the resources, curriculum, extracurricular activities, and experiential opportunities. Ultimately, schools want you to make very strong connections between your career goals and the school. Almost every school is going to have some question around what your career goals are and why that school. And so by understanding how that school can help you, you will be able to make a very strong case. And when you combine that research you did into that school, you will be able to convince the admissions committee that not only are your career goals achievable, but ultimately that school is the right school for helping you to achieve your both professional and personal goals. Everyone who goes to business school is looking to fill gaps. Nobody is a finished product. The reason you're going to business school is because you are looking to fill those gaps. You need additional development. You need to grow certain skills. Admissions committees want you to make strong connections between your career goals and why the school. They don't want to hear that you want to go to Wharton just because it's a good finance school. They want to see that you've done your research, you know what the specific skills are that you need to develop, and you know exactly how Wharton can help you. And you know that because you've done your research into the school, you know what those gaps are, what those areas of opportunities for growth are, and you can clearly articulate in deep detail how Wharton, through its programs and resources, can help you achieve your post-MBA goals. The MBA application process is an exercise in self-reflection and discovery. At MBA Link, let us tell you why you deserve a top MBA program, and let us show you how to put together a strong and compelling MBA application. If you're interested in getting more tips or connecting with myself or one of my colleagues, visit us at mymbalink.com. And best of luck as you continue to pursue your MBA dreams.